Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about how much of an example you guys can set to the people that you're around that may not watch my videos, that may not watch very much kind of self-improvement, self-help, kind of get better content. So if you're really trying to adopt the mindset of get better, improve, day in, day out, do better, do more, get rich, whatever it may be, you're constantly trying to improve. If you've adopted that sort of mindset, then that's amazing already. You're halfway there. But you've got to also try and kind of spread that mindset to as many people as you can, and also try and get yourself around the right type of people that may already have that mindset. So first of all, leading by example, spreading that mindset to the people that you're around. This could be your younger siblings, your family, trying to help them and show them that they can constantly improve no matter how old they are, no matter how young they are. There's still more they can do. They can still work harder. They can do X, Y, and Z. There's little things they can do to kind of feel better, do better, maybe sleep more to start feeling better, eat a better diet, read better books. You don't have to tell them to, oh, you need to go and get this job here, do this online sales job. You don't have to kind of harass them into doing it, but it's little things that could change their life in a great way. So help them sort out their diet, help them exercise more often, help them adopt a better mindset, help them be more positive instead of negative. So it's just kind of about the small changes that are going to affect them long term, instead of trying to completely turn their world upside down and telling them that they're wrong with everything. So especially with younger siblings, so younger brothers, sisters, whatever, you've got to set by example. You've got to lead by example, set an example. And it's very difficult to do because you can't really, you've almost got to be perfect every second. Otherwise they're going to see you that 1 second where you're negative and they're going to bank off of that. You did this though. You did this. And then, so you've got to hold a kind of perfect figure constantly for them. So they have they have a standard to set themselves to. And it's very difficult. It is. But if you keep that up, if you keep telling them and making them know, giving them the opportunity to know that there is more out there for them, there's more that they can do, there's not just one thing that they should be focusing on. They should be focusing on their health, their fitness, as well as how much money they're making, as well as the job they're doing. They've got so many different bases to cover: how they dress, how they present themselves, how they speak. There's so many different areas which they have to do well in to be classed as successful. So you've got to help them realise that there's not just one area that they need to excel in, but many, many areas, and it's going to take a long time to kind of tick off all the boxes on every one of those, and there's always more work to do. And then going on to setting a good example for the people that have already got that kind of mindset. You're spending time with them because they've got that mindset, because they're on a similar path to you. And this is less of setting an example, but it's more of holding each other accountable and keeping each other to your word, keeping each other on track. So you've got to be, if you can find 2-3 people which you can be completely dead honest with for all the time, for everything you do right and wrong, then that's great. Just tell them everything and they tell you everything. And you're completely honest, you've got this complete channel of trust, and you can tell each other everything. And with that, so you can then hold each other accountable. They can say, oh, I didn't do this run today because I didn't find time. And then you can be like, okay, well, did you really not find time, where you just sat wasting time on your phone? Were you scrolling through TikTok like you normally do? You can call them out on it, tell them to get their shit together, and then hopefully they take the right action on it. And then the next day, you can say, okay, tomorrow you've got to do your run and do your workout because you missed your run yesterday. So you've got to do both today. And you've got to get your screen time under 6 hours. It's difficult if you work from your phone, or let's say you've got to get it under X amount of hours because I want to make sure that you're doing your tasks and not wasting your time. So that sort of thing. and you're just keeping each other accountable, keeping each other going, holding each other to your words, and then you're basically setting an example for each other. You're telling them how well you did today on that thing. You tell them how much work you put in, and how much pride you feel, how good you feel about accomplishing X, Y, and Z. So you can tell them how far you've come. You can make it obvious that you're doing well, and you can kind of help motivate that other person or that other group of people to kind of get themselves in gear and start going as well. Because if you're one of the first in your little group, so to say, to make progress, to start making good, decent progress, then you have to lead by example, because they're going to be looking at you and they're going to be thinking, oh, I could be like him, I could be like them, I want to be like that he's doing so well, he's doing this. If you're the one that's at the top of the group, you need to set by example, you need to lead by example. So just remember, you've got to keep kind of that perfect figure. So it's a lot harder than just following the channel of the river. It's a lot harder than just following the stream, but you've got to keep yourself on it constantly so that it works. And you've got to kind of have this perfect image. So you put a lot of pressure on yourself. Yes, it will end up with putting a lot of pressure on yourself, but it will tenfold both your performance and theirs. So as a group, you're going to excel monumentally because you chose to be really strict on yourself and set that really strict example, which was, I don't spend time on my phone scrolling through shorts and whatnot. I spend my time working, training, and trying to dial in my skills, trying to get better at something. I'm always productive. I'm always doing something that I can be getting better at. I'm always learning, making the most of every second of every day. And that's something that you need to kind of adopt and show them, that you're making the most of every second you have. You're not wasting it by scrolling through TikTok. You're not wasting it by sitting around just moping. Every second you're actively trying to get better, actively taking notes, reading something, watching a YouTube video, taking in that information, and then you go on to implement it every day. So just keep going, keep going, keep setting that example, keep being that positive force in that person's life. So be the example for your younger siblings, be the example for that person that isn't maybe on your level yet. Just help them in every way. And I've got someone I'm very close to that I look up to a lot. He's doing amazing, and we're on a pretty similar level, but I feel like he's just doing a bit more than me. And it gives me that competitive urge as a man. I want to do more than him, I want to do better than him. But it's a fun competition. It makes it more enjoyable because at the end of the day, we're both really good friends, but we kind of both want to like destroy each other in this challenge. We want to keep doing better, beat each other, and just go further and further and further and further. That's what we want from this. We want to keep getting better day in, day out. So if we can do that, then there's nothing that's going to get in the way, because we're just both constantly competing against each other, not ourselves. We don't worry about, what could I be doing if I didn't spend time on my phone. We're just, okay, I'm going to compete against him. I'm going to do everything better. I'm going to do the best I can so that I can give him a hard time. And that's the aim. So you have someone there that's on a higher level so that you can kind of chase after, and then you've got someone lower than you that you're setting an example for as well. And then the chain just repeats. As you go up, you find another person or the same person as they go up as well that you're still looking up to, you're still kind of chasing, trying to be competitive with, trying to keep up with, and then you've got the person below you that you're still setting an example for. And that's it. So I just want to say thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one.